like very professional because like
This episode is brought to you by author Marie Johnston. Explore her newest release, An Unfinished Memory, Book 3 in the Oil Knight series. Join Sutton and Wilder, ex husband and wife, as they navigate the intricate balance of duty to community, desire, and family. Immerse yourself in the enthralling universe of the Oil Knight series, where passion, intrigue, and allure uh, or converge in a small town in North Dakota. Available on Amazon February 15th. Available with your Kindle Unlimited subscription. Um, I know that for many of you, Unfinished Memory is a anticipated read.
Big anticipated
huge.
read. I have
Mhm.
like a whole like playlist in my head already. Like I am ready for this book. I didn't sign up for the arc because I had too many arcs, but I need it.
So, hey everybody, welcome to Buzzing About Romance. Joining me for this episode is Amanda. Hi, Amanda.
Hi.
And Heather. Hey, Heather.
Hello.
Coming in as a clutch participant this evening.
Heck yeah.
We appreciate it. Some of the pressure's off Amanda now. She doesn't.
No worries.
Some of the pressure's off people having to listen to me just
Oh my gosh.
talk all
Fast.
night.
Oh, we have lots of things to talk about. So, on this episode of Buzzing About Romance, we are updating you on our latest literary discoveries through the New to You Author Challenge. We're going to discuss some upcoming events that we are having at Buzzing, upcoming events that we have here at Buzzing with Excitement, and share our current reads that have captured our hearts. Stay tuned for a delightful blend of bookish insights, heartfelt recommendations to fill your TBR. I am trying to spice up the intros because it
Very
kind of
nice.
annoys Leah.
Very nice. I like it.
Yeah, sounds
We're
good.
going to spice it up. Guys, do you know that it's almost been 4 years? June,
Um,
in June, it'll be 4 years. We've been doing this a
Wow.
minute.
that's a huge commitment
That's a
there.
big
Yeah,
accomplishment.
that's why I'm thinking June of 2025.
Be 5 years for the
5
party.
years, big party. We'll need to do something epic. I
agree.
believe.
I can't commit. I have a senior that graduates in 2025.
I know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Whatever. Who
Um,
cares about my kid, right?
It's just your kid. So I didn't pick a romance term of the week this week, but if you have a literary term, a bookish term, or even something like last week, I defined what the word kink within romance means. So if you have any of those kinds of questions, you are welcome to put them in Discord under the bar chat or send us an email or whatever, and we will do our best to define them. What was the question this week? What was competence kink?
Yes, that was in the Discord.
What did we decide that was? Do you remember, Amanda?
When I looked it up on Google, it says the attraction to a person that is really, really good at something. So it can be anything, but someone who is like superiorly good at something.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
but I think, it can vary depending on the person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I think it would vary depending on what you consider competence,
Exactly.
Is it competence in the bedroom? Is it socially? Is it in work? I guess it would really just depend.
Yeah, I forget, somebody said, that it was somebody who can fix things. Like they like that in books, like especially in like blue collar books. You have somebody who can just fix anything. Like that's my husband. It's very attractive.
I always think of competence kink as kind of MacGyver.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, yeah.
There isn't a problem he can't solve.
Kelly, someone who's good at Scrabble.
Who's really good at Scrabble.
Say, my husband is really good at grilling, which I know that sounds terrible. Like you're like, what? But that takes a lot of pressure off me, like cooking all the time. Like if he can grill, that means that we share responsibilities most of the time.
Yeah. I'm married to a dude that can do a lot of things really well. Like he fixes things, he cooks, and then I get yelled at when I screw things up. So take some of the sheen off the edge. Okay, so let's talk new to us authors in 2024. Have you discovered a new author, Amanda? Oh, wait.
My list is pretty small. I haven't, I read a few new in January to me, and I've been in the middle of some other stuff so far this month, so I haven't done a whole lot of new, but I did read Britt Benson for the first time in January. So she was new to me and I loved her.
Yeah.
She's an amazing follow on Threads. If you're on Threads, like she's like one of the main reasons I'm on.
She has so many opinions though.
She does, but it's hilarious.
It is.
So her, and then I had Alta Hensley, the one that we did, you and I did, Heathens. That was new for me.
And I was new and spicy. That quick shot's coming this week, I think.
Oh, is it? Okay, I couldn't remember if we were out yet. But
also,
yeah, that one's good.
Did you see she and Zoe Blake have a pen name together and have a new book out that's coming out? Sign-ups on Give Me Books, Heather, just so you know. It sounds dark.
Does it? I don't think I saw that.
Yeah. Dark. I think they're going with the name Hensley Blake as the author name.
Oh, nice.
So, but yeah. Anyway, who else do you got there, Amanda?
Lucy Eden was new to me. I read the book boyfriend, the blind date with book boyfriend that was my first Lucy Eden book. I read Jocelyn for the first time. I did that for you, but I love The Dark Knights. Like I'm like all in, like I'm ready to read more. I just actually got a package from her today. So I still have to unbox it and show off my books.
That's so funny. I'm so glad you liked those books. She really, once she fixed them up and the small little things, they are really great hockey romances. But the other thing is the first time I read through book one, and there's all these little Easter eggs for her love of Batman.
Oh yeah, it's great.
And it's so nerdy, but it's done in such a subtle way that I was impressed. Like I texted her immediately. I'm like, tell me you're a Batman fan. And she's like, yes, I'm obsessed.
Yeah, I really like that series. I'm like dying to get back into her other books at some point when I can.
Oh, there'll be more work coming your way. Don't you worry.
I'm ready. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm excited. And then I think the only other new to me, I read my first Mariana Zapata book. So I've never read one. I did which one did I do? The Wall of Winnipeg.
That is such a good book.
I enjoyed it. I mean, slow burn. I don't mind that, but I enjoyed it. I get why people love it. I needed like his point of view. That was my only gripe for that book. But other than that, I mean, I haven't read a whole lot of new to me. I mean, you all know I've been down in Aurora Rose Reynolds rabbit hole. So I read 20 of her books.
Can't escape. What about you, Heather? Any new to you authors so far in 2024? Yeah. What you got?
Yeah. Well, so I started my year in a deep dive of L.K. Shaw, Mafia. I read 2 of her series. They were very good. And then I found January Bell, who is like PNR.
Oh, we heard about her in the Aliens, Monsters, Bonkers episode.
She's very good. I started Zoe Draven. And who else? Tara Stone. Or is it Tara Stone? I don't, hold on. Yeah, Tana Stone. Sorry, Tana Stone. So
she is more aliens too.
Paranormal, and she's going to be in Denver. So yeah. What else? I have a new tracker, so I actually track my new authors. I feel like I'm winning.
There you go. I actually, my reading is so off still just because, work and trying to get stuff for the podcast done. So I haven't ventured too far out of the realm, but I did find Alexandria House. She writes Black sports romances, and she's phenomenal. The audio for her books are on Hoopla.
And she's on my list.
She was so good, so powerful. Yeah. And then this week I was doing an audiobook for Christina C. Jones.
Oh, that's the one you sent all of us.
Yeah, it is a second chance romance, which, I'm always kind of about second chances.
Mm-hmm.
It was so good. Like, it is the epitome of um in sickness and in health, loving through sickness and in health. Like,
Mm.
so emotional, but so good. And the hero, Steph, super swoony. Audio is in Hoopla. Cannot recommend it enough. It's Wesley Siobhan, and I think it's Jacoby Blake is his name. So the audio was amazing. Other than that, I haven't really. January is not a great reading month for me. Seems to be the trend.
I think that's going to be my February so far.
Yeah, I do have.
Oh, that's tracking.
There's some good books coming out in February though. Like on my Kindle, I have Ward Willing, which is the new Amanda Richardson book. Which Heather, you did Pray Tell in the audio.
Oh my, it is so good.
We've been screaming about it for months.
The audio was so amazing.
Yeah. So I have Ward Willing, and then I have Melanie Moreland's Men of the Falls. Okay. So we all know Melanie, right? She's like sweet. So
is this the Mafia?
Yeah, her Niagara Mafia. Melanie Moreland wrote Mafia. And I thought, no way. Not our sweet little Melanie Moreland. And then I read the contract. And that dude, his name is Richard, and he lives up to every minute of being a Richard. But then I was like, okay, can Melanie Moreland really, really, really write Mafia? Oh, friends. Oh, friends.
When does that come out? How does it come out?
Next Thursday, book 1 comes out, and then March 7th, the second book comes out, and I'll have her on. It's not a duet.
Okay.
It's just two. It's the first 2 guys, and then there's going to be a third guy.
Okay.
But I was lucky I got both books at the same time. I know.
Melanie.
Well, because I have an Instagram live with her next week, and then we're doing a happy hour with her in March.
Yeah.
And I think, are you doing that with me, Heather?
Probably.
I don't know. One of you is doing
I think
Melanie.
Heather is. Yeah, I'm doing. I think Heather's doing Melanie.
So I probably should be getting you a copy of the books.
I'll be.
Yeah.
It's so here's the I love Mafia. It is my happy place. It is where I always want to live. And so when I move out of it, I go back and then I never want to leave. And so it's hard to then fit in my other stuff.
It's so hard. And boy, I've read some good Mafia this last month. That Lane Hart book. Did you ever download that one? Savage Little Games.
You said you really like that one.
It was a wild ride. And kinky for a slow burn. So kinky. But I'm with you, Heather. There is something about Mafia, and this was a huge Mafia week. We had earlier this week, Michelle Hurd's new book came out, and then Jill Ramsauer's came out today. Yesterday.
Vicious Seduction. Okay.
Did you have an arc of this?
Oh, of course. Of course I have no self-control.
I thought you were not taking as many arcs.
I'm not as terrible as Rachel, and I love you, Rachel. I'm not trying to throw you under the bus, but I limit myself way more than Rach. It's Jill. Like, I'm sorry, Jill just delivers. And Holy Hannah, he is major alpha.
Okay, well, he's on my Kindle too.
Well, he has this power move, and I was like, I'm not gonna ruin it for anyone.
But some spice, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So what are you reading right now then? Right now, what are you reading? How many books do you have going right now currently, Heather?
I'm sort of in between. Well, because it's Made for Romeo is like a re-release. Did I ever tell you this stupid thing?
Yes, you
told me. No, tell us all because it's so funny. This is so funny. Tell us all.
And I was like, who is this dumbass and why is she even read? I see Natasha Madison's name and I am immediately like, yep, I need that book. I don't care what it is. She puts it out. I'm reading it. So sign up for Made for Romeo. And then it comes and I'm like, I go on to Amazon and I'm like, oh, the audio is here. I better get this. And I'm like, wait a second. Why is the audio out like, what happened? And I'm like emailing Shauna, and she's like, it's a re-release. I'm sure she's like, God, you're an idiot. I'm like, oh, never mind. Just me being me.
So funny.
But
You
I'm
messaged us,
listening.
you text us, and you're like,
I know.
hey, whose book is Romeo? And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyhow, it is I've been listening to the audio this week, and it is so good.
I know that book was really decisive for people because of the setup into why they are broken up.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't bother me because I feel like with that book, one, and I'm sure it's a Gen X thing, they didn't have a defined relationship. Like there was no, like, we are a couple. And I feel like that's miscommunication right there. Like that's miscommunication 101. If you haven't defined yourself as a couple, then you can't, if you haven't said we're exclusive, we're together, then it's not cheating.
Not technically. I mean, it wasn't great, but it technically wasn't cheating. And I'm one of those people that cheating is like a hard no for me, usually in a book. And it didn't bother me.
That book, I felt like his character growth across that book, like he was the one that was putting the boundaries up and saying, we aren't going that far. Yep. I'm here to show you that I've changed, but I need to show you before you can because she just thought, hey, this is going to be a quick, fun little romp. Let's get this going. And he's like, no, I'm here. And I just thought that book was so well done with that very hard to love trope.
I also think he did the work. Like they were apart for how long, and he was doing the work on himself, and he owned up to it. Like flat out said, I'm an asshole. And I think that redemption was huge.
Yeah.
So, I really like it.
So you're reading that one, and then in prep of Meant for Stone, which I've read.
I'm ready for that. I know.
I'm so excited about that book.
I'm so ready for that book.
You have, I think, I'm going to make a prediction here. We'll come back together, the three of us, after you've read it. Mm-hmm. I think that you are going to be so frustrated with Riley in this book, the heroine.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
But what I love about her is she is fierce, she is strong, she is capable. But there's a but. That's all I'm going to say. So, Amanda, what are you reading right now?
I've been doing work stuff, so I haven't really read anything this week outside of that, but I did finally start Falling for Mr. Bad by Melissa Foster.
Oh yeah.
I got that arc, and I'm like one chapter in, and I'm like in, because these were two characters that I've been waiting on. So they're already they're snarking at each other. It's already it's fantastic. I'm ready. It's going to be explosive. So I'm loving it.
Now, is that part of her Montgomery Baden's, or is it a whole different grouping?
So it's part of the Montgomery Braden's, kind of the heroine Sable is a Montgomery, but then the hero is Kane Bad, and he's the brother to the main character of Rocked by Love, Johnny Bad. So it kind of ties in with the Bradens and the Montgomerys, but it's the Bad brothers.
Well, and wasn't their friend connected? Wasn't in the last Steal on Silver Island?
Yes. So Lenny is connected to,
because weren't they going to use him as her fake date or something?
Yes. Okay. Yes, instead of Duncan. So, but actually her boss is the one who ended up going with Johnny. So, and she's a Braden.
I think she's a Braden.
She's one of the other. Yeah, I think she's a Braden. So yeah, they're all tying in over there.
Melissa's world is so big, and I know a lot of people are kind of hesitant to jump into Melissa Foster. I started with the Steels, and I've read one or two of the Bradens, and I did read the Wickeds that are whiskey, or I guess the whiskeys that are out in Colorado on the Redemption Ranch series.
Yeah, the whiskeys.
And I'm just staying in my lane. Like, I know that I love Silver Island, and I know that I love the whiskeys at Redemption Ranch. So I haven't ventured out yet.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of characters, and I feel like you can read a good majority of them without knowing what's going on. But I mean, sometimes the pages are crowded, but I don't mind it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So Gretchen just said that she's super intimidated by Melissa Foster's backlist. I am too. I haven't really, I'm not sure where to dive in, so you're not lost since they're all kind of intertwined.
You can dive in at the Steels.
I started with the Steels. Jock's book.
Okay.
That book really stood alone. It was connected to a previous series, but that book really stood alone and it was fine. And also, to be honest, her Montlake books that are in Kindle Unlimited are there's one with 3 sisters and it takes place on Silver Island and it's loosely connected to the Steels, but they all are separate.
Yeah, I think they're the Silver Harbor, I think is what they're called. And they're in KU. So it's...
Yeah. And I think they're read and listen too.
Yes, I think so.
So I will say that her Montlake books stand slightly separate enough that you get a feel for her writing style without being intimidated by, a 17,000 long book backlist.
Yeah. And I think once you find the series that you like too, I think you can go in and out of those books. If there's one of them that has a trope that you don't love, because there was a couple for me in the Braden and Montgomerys that I did that with, and I wasn't lost.
Yeah. Okay. She does try to make her books stand alone. She does. So, but she likes a visitor on the page.
She does.
A visitor.
A visitor. Okay. So it's, for me, what have I been reading? Well, I'm in the middle of Melanie's Men of the Falls, but actually earlier this week. So if you have Kindle Unlimited and you love an audiobook, Lindsay and I have been reading together the Improbable Meet Cute novellas that Amazon did. So it's all a bunch of trad pub authors. Sally Thorne, Jasmine Gilroy, Christina Lauren. There's a bunch of them. There's 5 books. They're all read and listen novellas. The longest is the Christina Lauren at 120 minutes. So they were just quick, clean the house type podcast almost, but not like a novella. They are so good. And my book of the week is one of them because I have to tell you a funny story with it, but those are really great. So and they're all centered around Valentine's Day with improbable meet cutes. Would you meet your forever this way on Valentine's Day? So they're super cute. And it's read and listen with your Kindle Unlimited. So pop some headphones in and, off we go.
I love read and listen. I'm totally down for that.
Same. Okay. So there's been some book drama, because we cannot go a week without it.
I don't even know. I'm not even following.
Well, the one that I'll talk about real quick is the sprayed edges drama.
I don't get it.
It's first use doctrine. Plain and simple. She buys the books at retail. She can do what she wants to them. But an author's PA overstepped. And we are seeing so much of that right now, right? Where author PAs are just kind of doing what they want.
I mean, I feel like that was a big thing last year. I didn't know about this until we started talking about it in the chat. So I'm just not paying attention.
Janelle and I put some stuff over in Discord. So if you're interested, you can go over there and check it out. But basically, I see it to be the same as, and because one of the things that I have thought that's kind of bonkers is these authors do limited number special editions, Kickstarters, or boxes of stuff, right? Only 250 of this cover are available, or these signing exclusive covers. So if you can't get to that signing and you love that author or you love that book, you can't have access to that cover. Now, most authors, I know Melanie Harlow did it last year, and I know that Carrie Ann Ryan did it last year, where their signing covers at the end of the year would be available on their website. And I think that's what A.L. Jackson said she's going to do.
Yeah.
But people buy those signing covers, buy those books or buy the Kickstarter or whatever, and then they turn around and sell them like on Mercari or Pongo for hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
Yep.
Yeah.
And nobody complains about that. You never hear anyone say like, oh, that author deserves a portion of that money. No, they don't. It's your book. You get to do what you want. And if there's a market, I guess good for you.
I find it crazy town how much money people are spending on like those special edition books. I'm like $100, $700, $800. I'm like, what?
I have the Elsie Silver from the first Blue Collar Kickstarter box. It's a wild flower cover. It's the last book in the Ranch series.
The false start, I think.
Yeah. And that book, a week after the Kickstarter came out, somebody showed me that on Mercari. It was like $350. Now, I was luckily gifted the Blue Collar book box, and then I shared out the books to the hosts so that we could all support and have a portion of that because we were gifted it. And like someone's like, oh, well, you should sell it. I'm like, it was a gift. If I didn't want it, it would go to someone in the community. And if I found out you sold it, we'd be done.
It feels shady to do. Like if it's a gift or an author like sends you something, like that feels shady to do.
It happens all the time. You see people selling galleys and arcs copies for sale.
Oh yeah, on Mercari they have those all the time.
Yeah,
and that's illegal, right? Like
it is. Those are illegal. You're not allowed to resell those. Like you're not even supposed to donate those to little free libraries. They actually have
really?
So I get 2 different copies from publishers when they send me books. They'll send us ones that have their finished copies, and those are our copies to do with as we wish. But if they send you an advanced copy, a galley, it comes with a white cover on it, and it printed all over it is galley, and my name is in it. So that if it ever shows up for sale somewhere.
Oh, I've got a couple of e-arcs that actually have my name in them.
Yeah. What, Heather?
So, do you like burn them or what do you do?
You recycle them. Rip the cover off and recycle is what you're supposed to do.
You can't keep every book.
No. So if it's a finished copy, you can, but if it's a galley, like if it's a way advanced copy that is like an uncorrected proof, it says uncorrected proof on it, then you're not supposed to give those away or donate them. So
interesting.
But earlier this week, crazy audiobook narrators fandoms. I did not know this was a thing, you guys. I did not know.
I didn't hear about this.
Well, I was a victim. I was not a victim.
What?
So, Lindsay and I, we're going to do a quick shot for Butcher and Blackbird. And it was not a great read for me. It was okay. I don't want anyone to think I didn't like the book, but it's okay. It's an easy entry book. I'll have a whole quick shot and what my hangups were on it. Pacing, all that kind of stuff. But one of the things that was the big bug for me was the narrator. He chose to use an Irish accent and it didn't fit and it was annoying. I had to up the book to 2.5. I'm usually a 1.7 maxer.
That's even fast for me.
Yeah, I'm like a 1.7 maxer. I had to go to 2.5 to get through it because I was like, this is annoying. Anyway, the messages in my DMs from people telling me how wrong I am, that narrator is amazing. And so then I had a conversation with a couple of people that are audiobook influencers that, do audiobook stuff and was like, hey, what did I step into here? And they're like, yeah.
Oh, he has a big.
Yeah, he has
a big one.
He has a big following and they don't pull back.
There's another one who has quite a big following. Maybe like a red telephone booth might be when you think of him, he has a huge following, but
Mr. Direction.
I don't actually think he could do any wrong. So And if you try to tell me that, I will.
Well, and I'm not saying there aren't narrators that I really love and I vibe with. Like, I get it.
Right.
But I'm not going to fight you to the death because you didn't like a book that they did.
And that's the thing. Not every book is for everybody.
Right.
And there are some times that I'm listening to a narrator and I'm like, oh, it's just, I gotta go back. I gotta eyeball read the rest of this or something.
Yeah. And the other thing too is there's a separation between character and person.
Correct.
And I think that some of the super fans in any fandom can't make those separations.
I think people actually forget that this is fiction and we don't get to live in the book worlds. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
why are you telling lies, Heather?
I don't know how to say this. Like,
wait, you mean Aaron Wilde isn't my boyfriend and isn't moving in with me this week?
Yeah, I mean, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I love reading so much and I respect and appreciate the gift that the authors give us by allowing us to kind of separate ourselves from our real boring world, right?
Yeah.
But it's not real world. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, it is. It's like there are some groups on Facebook that like next level bonkers. And like, you know, questions like, well, we've seen it, you know, one author reader group, somebody was talking about getting their weekend with their daddy and their play and was sharing this in an author's reader group. And I'm like, step back, honey.
Yeah.
That's an inside the house comment, not an outside the house comment.
Or your friends. Like, you know what I mean? You're in a group of people that aren't your friends.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, and Gretchen brings up something really interesting, parasocial relationships. We are seeing these lines get blurred a lot. And, you know, it's kind of become difficult sometimes to review books because you feel like, oh, this is my friend. I am friendly with this person. Can I be honest? Yeah. Or is that going to cut off our relationship? It's not a real relationship if it's contingent on, you know.
Right.
If I love everything they do.
True.
And I'm really interested to see how some of these larger signings go this year with some of these standout breakout authors that have not previously in the past been standout breakout authors. Like, I'm really curious to see what's going to happen. Earlier this month, we learned that Berkley dropped Liz Tomford for her deal. We do not know the particulars. Berkley has, when I put a journalism information request in, I was told at this time Berkley has no comment, but the books are not being distributed by Berkley for now. So, but that's all. Like, I don't know any particulars. They aren't answering journalism inquiries. And, but she's going to be at that signing in Charleston that Amanda's going to at Sweetgrass. Oh, and I think she's going to be in Denver. I think she's going to be at Denver too.
She is going to be in Denver.
And it brings up the question, like, you know, how is she going to handle the people that are, you know, going to be like, hey, what happened with Berkley? Where are those other books? I wanted the illustrated cover. She probably legally can't say anything.
She's going to have to deflect.
Yeah. And that's going
to have to come up with a canned. I mean, hopefully she got a good PR company that kind of put together a couple responses for her and like some serious media coaching. I'm guessing, like not media, but like similar to media, right?
Well, yeah. And then earlier this week, it was announced that you had to end, if you're going to Readers Take Denver and you want to see Rebecca Yarros, it was said that there were 2 different opportunities for her for signing. Her books will all be pre-signed at the one signing. The other books, you're limited to 2 items that you can bring from home. But then everything will be stamped with an exclusive Readers Take Denver stamp. And if they find you selling those books after the event that Rebecca signed, you will not ever be allowed to come back to a Readers Take Denver event. And the way the lottery worked for the 2 different signings is it's a total of 500 people for the one and 1,200 for the other one. But she wasn't going to sign. Those books would be pre-signed for the bigger one.
Yeah. So there's a panel and then there's a like meet and greet.
But you couldn't put your name in for both. If you
I think you had to put in
one or the other.
Is that how it went?
Yeah, it was one or the other. You couldn't put your name in for both. If you put your name in for both, then you would be disqualified from both. You had to pick and take your chance. There are 3,000 tickets sold for that event. 5,000 tickets?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it was like
it's
3.
Giant.
I don't know.
So
I'm going, but I know like this much information, obviously. Okay, I'm going with my friend Demi, and Demi said, hey, do this if you for Rebecca Yarros. And I was like, I don't care. If I win, maybe you get my ticket. Sorry.
No, it's
Someone
okay.
just fell down the stairs at my house, and it is the child who has a broken body part.
Okay.
Jesus.
Oh no.
Susan Rice. So anyway, I just filled out the form and I apparently got a seat for a meet and greet. And I'm like, what? I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, it's really interesting. But then even at Sweetgrass, like that's a huge signing, right? There's so many authors at that, but so many of the new viral authors, because I think Elsie Silver is signing at that one.
She is. Devney Perry.
Devney Perry.
Is gonna be there.
So it's going to be bonkers.
Yeah, I forget who else.
Okay, but before I got something to say. Is it considered sneaking around when it involves sexting? Here's a pro tip. If you're engaged in clandestine activities with your ex-husband, perhaps it's not the best idea to have him hiding in your bed when your sister pays a visit. Join Wilder and Sutton, the unconventional exes, as they put various theories to test in an unfinished memory. This is book 3 of the Oil Knight series. The sparks fly as they navigate the complexities of their relationship in this tension-filled read. An unfinished memory will be available on Amazon February 15th with your Kindle Unlimited subscription. Okay, so... Oh, had you not heard that teaser? Did you not read the doc, Heather?
Oh, yeah. I found out I was doing this and I left. And then I came home and I'm online. But if you have not also checked out the cover for Unfinished Memory, do yourself a giant favor and just go look at it. And then obviously read all the books in the series.
I mean, I like hijacked the intro because I was so excited about your ad in the first part of this podcast. So
it's okay.
I can't wait for this book. Like, I'm so excited.
I got fussed at because we started talking about the book before I did the hello and welcome to Buzzing About Romance.
That was my fault.
It's okay. So this next section of the episode is inspired by Gretchen. She posed a question in Discord this week that if we were meeting author X at a signing, what book of theirs would we want to have signed by them? So we looked through some upcoming signings, and then really we just kind of threw that out the window and created our own author wish list. So these are authors we would love to meet, and it's which of their books that we would want to have them signed. Because sometimes it's not about necessarily that signing. Like I pick a signing specifically so I can meet author X.
Yeah.
So.
Same.
So Heather. Okay, I won't start with Heather then.
No, do it.
Okay.
We'll just
do it.
We'll just go one by one. So give us who's one of your want to meet authors and what book by them would you have signed?
Sawyer Bennett and Dax.
And Dax.
100%. And Ghost. Even though I have 2 copies of Ghost signed, I don't know.
Yeah.
But 100% Dax.
No, I contemplated. So I had canceled on going to Sweetgrass with Jenny, and then I saw that Sawyer was signing at that TNT signing in Raleigh. And she's like, yeah, come, you can stay with us. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet. And I contemplated, I looked at Mike, I was like, do you think we could do a weekend in Raleigh and then we'll stay? And he's like, no, we still have to pay taxes. Freaking taxes. Okay, give us an author, Amanda, that's on your wish list.
Okay, so
one that you're not going to run away from when you meet them.
Well, I mean, that's just, it's not anybody. So, and Shauna can tell you, because I'll probably run away from Natasha in Charleston. So she's my first one. So I picked people that I know I'm going to see at upcoming signings. Yeah. So I have Hollywood Playboy for her to sign. So I have the one with the special interior formatting, and that was really like one of my first books by her that I read last year that I was just like, I love this book. So yeah, that's definitely on my list.
So for me, I have quite a list. I actually have quite a list, you guys. I'm going to start with Kelly Jamieson. I love Kelly Jamieson, and it makes me so sad that we can't get the Aces in paperback. You know, they're ebook only, audiobook only, and I love those Aces. But to be honest, the Heller brothers, I would take and buy those Heller brother books, take them to Kelly Jamieson and be like, oh, yeah. She also has a book called Body Shot that is about a tequila tasting bar in San Diego with 3 friends. It's so good and spicy. So good.
I wrote that down a long time ago and then I forgot. I'm going to write it down again. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. So, Kelly Jamieson, she is like top of my list. Okay, Heather, who you got now?
I mean, well, you guys took, 2 of mine.
Okay.
You can say again, because our books will probably be different.
What book would you get from Kelly?
Well, I mean, I wish I could do the same thing with you as the Aces, and I do love the Heller brothers, but I think it would be Jackson's, the Wynn family.
Okay, but some of those Wynn books are only... Oh, Game Changer isn't. Game Changer is available in paperback.
I know it is, because I have it, and
Same.
I'm bringing it to Denver, and I'm going to have her sign it. But she does have a special edition Denver book that has her 3 books that are the thruples. And it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful.
I'm really looking forward to their Kickstarter they're doing too.
Yes. And she's just sweet and kind and a great person.
And so I'm funny.
Just super excited to just meet her because I've loved her for her writing and everything. So,
Amanda, who do you got on your list?
I have Brittany Shaheen. She's on my list. I actually have a lot of my favorite books signed by her, but I haven't met her. But I'm going to meet her at Knockout, so I'm very excited about that. So I would probably pick, probably Finding His Mark, because that was the first book I ever read by her, and I don't have that one. So that's book 1 in her Stealth Ops series.
Next on my list is Vi Keelan. I love Vi Keelan's books. I'm obsessed with Vi Keelan's books. And I have several books from her that have been signed that she's kindly sent me over the last couple of years. But I have the invitation and I haven't had that signed. And that is one of the best. That is a meet cute that still lives rent free in my head. She wedding crashes his sister's wedding. And then she lies to him, not knowing he's her brother, and lies to him and says that she went to summer camp with the girl. And he's like...
That was such a good book.
It's such a great book. I love that book.
The cover is awesome.
Oh, yeah. It's gorgeous. Okay, Heather, who do you have now? Do you have someone new that you could think of?
Yeah, I do. Well, it's kind of, they write together, but they also write separate. So I'm going to just go a twofer. Eden Finley and Saxon James, and they live in Australia, and so they don't often come to the United States. And they have a Puck Boy series that I love. It's MM, and they are a hoot, and I just adore them, and I would love to meet them in person.
Okay. Who else is on your wish list, Amanda?
Anna Hackett. So she is in Australia, and she's actually going to be at Knockout as well. And I'm super excited. So I'm going to get a copy of The Power Broker, which is Vander's book, Vander Norcross. And so I'm
You all are going to be a hoot.
We're going to die.
At Knockout you've got Riley Edwards, Susan Stoker, you've got Anna Hackett. You guys.
I already did. Yeah, I already had Riley sign like 3 copies of Jasper's book. So, I've already accosted her as signing. So, and then ran away.
Backups in case like you lose one, you've got like 2 backups.
Well, I have the original covers, which are no longer being printed, I believe. So she said she doesn't even have them for the 707.
Oh.
So I do have those.
Okay.
Where'd you get
them?
And
then I have the new ones. I got them from her website before they changed. And then I think I had to get one on Amazon, and I brought that one with me to Books at the Beach and had her sign it. But yeah, I have the whole first cover, and then I have the second cover. So yeah.
Okay, next for me is I spend a lot of time virtually with this person, but I would love to meet them in person. And that's Krista Sandor. And I would take a nanny book, take the nanny books, meet Krista. I'm so jealous that you get to meet her in Denver. She's so fun. And I just want to hug her. I'm so excited. I just can't wait until the opportunity comes that we get to meet. And I just love her.
Again, super kind human being.
Yeah, super kind.
I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, Heather, do you have another one?
Well, I'm going to go Natasha Madison because obviously I'm a huge fan, read everything she puts out. But my favorite book of hers is Made for You. And that is Vivian and Xavier. And it's the boat. And I just love them.
Do you need to talk about the dog too?
Well, yeah, the dog. Beatrice steals the show. But that I think is, I say this probably in every review I write of Natasha's, that is her gift. She can write the heck out of a side character that you fall in love with.
Yeah, 100%. She can. Okay, Amanda, do you have another author on your wish list?
I'm going to see A.L. Jackson at Sweetgrass. And so I do have the whole Redemption Hills series to take with me. So I'm very excited about that.
I would love to meet her, and I hope the opportunity comes that I get to meet her. But I do love her website and her release boxes that she does.
Oh, yeah.
They're so affordable, and the swag is amazing that she sends out. So I do have several signed copies of her books, but yes, I would like to meet her in person too.
What else do you have?
I have Mary Carr. She is one of those, she writes with Lila DuBois, and I would love to meet Lila too, but Mary, I just love her books. And I'm currently loving the Italian Stallion series that she has right now. She does couples, she does thruples, and they're all so great. Tempted and Taken, her latest release, so very good. But honestly, if I was going to have her sign a book, it's that hockey novella, Make Her, what is, oh shoot.
I forgot. We were just talking about it.
We were just talking about it.
It's so good.
It's so good. I happened upon it by accident a couple years ago, but she's getting ready to release a hockey series. And so we will see that hero come back.
Making his play.
It's a sister's best friend, get married in Vegas, friends to lovers romance. And you guys know it's good if it's friends to lovers, and I'm recommending it.
It's so good. It's such a quick read too.
Yeah, it's so good. Okay, and then do you have another one? More. Yeah.
Yeah. And this is not Marie Johnston.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Because one, I love all of her books. She is also the sweetest. Such a kind person. It takes everything in my power actually not to stalk her up in Fargo, but I do love that she writes North Dakota, and she makes North Dakota a place that this Minnesota girl wants to go to, and that's hard to do. So give her props for that. And I just love her.
Yeah. I love her too, and I'm jealous. She was supposed to be at HEA, but things didn't work out. So you get to meet her in Denver, hopefully.
I will hug her, and I'm not a hugger at all. So there's a few that I'm going to hug.
Okay. Do you have anyone else, Amanda?
I have one more, and only because I just found out she's going to be at my Barnes & Noble tomorrow. So Veronica Eden is actually going to be at my Barnes & Noble tomorrow, and I'm dying because I just literally ordered all of her Heston U books from her website, and they got delivered to my house on Monday. So
and then you find out she's there tomorrow.
She's going to be like 15 minutes like down the road. So I'm going to go over to the Barnes & Noble and see her tomorrow. So, and hopefully I think she has a, there was the other one, like the Devil You Know or something, I think was another one. I don't have that one. So I think she's bringing copies of that.
Oh my God.
So
try not to run away.
I don't make any promises. I'm going to be there by myself. So that's what's going to happen. So
deep breath. You can do it.
Jeremy's going to be mulching, so I'll be alone.
You can do this. I have one more, and I'm going to meet her at Authors in the Bluegrass, Lexi Ryan. I love Lexi Ryan's books. I love her books. She was one of the first authors I found a million years ago with her Jackson Brothers series, and she does not live far from where we live. But I love her books, and her books, she was kind of like one of those discoveries when I found Kelly Jamieson, when I found Sawyer Bennett, and I found Lexi Ryan. And then, the Lexi Blakes and the Shayla Blacks. I just really want to meet Lexi Ryan, and she's at Authors in the Bluegrass. So I'm excited for that come October. So that's where we are. Yeah. I mean, there's so many authors, right? There's so many authors that
there are, which begs the question. I'm doing this because I'm doing my Readers Take Denver pre-orders, and like, how many books is too many books? Like, realistically, you know what I mean?
Well, when Jenny and I went to Readers on the River, she was going through Helena's pre-order. And I will say that I have quite a few Helena books, but you're limited, like 3 books, right? You can only bring 3 books with you. And I didn't want to pre-order, or, because you can do more than 3 books when you do a pre-order. And I didn't want to pre-order and buy double books. Like,
right.
I think, people in this house might have lost it. So I just tried to pick the ones that, like, I ended up getting the kids, the second gen books, and then Good Luck Charm, because that's one of my all-time favorite Helena books. Yeah. So yeah, it's just, I don't know. I think you have to, how many is 2 books? But I think that, like, Jenny from some of the authors ordered like 6 and 7 books. I did from Shayla Black. Here's a funny story, or from Lexi Blake at Readers Take Denver. Shayla Black and Lexi Blake were supposed to both be at Readers Take Denver. And I wanted the Perfect Gentleman series signed by both of them. Well, Shayla Black had to pull out of the event, and it was just Lexi Blake. Lexi Blake went and had lunch, because they both live in Houston. Lexi Blake went and had lunch with Shayla to get my book signed for me so I could pick them up at Readers.
That's so sweet.
Isn't that sweet?
Anna Blakely did that, actually. She was supposed to be in Iowa, and a family emergency came up, and she signed all of these books, profusely apologized, and sent another author, which was like above and beyond. Right. It was so sweet.
She's super sweet.
She's going to be at Knockout.
I met her at Books at the Beach, actually.
Did you?
I love her books. Love her books.
Heather, I still don't know why you aren't like trolling to get tickets.
I am. I have like 3 posts in there that I want tickets to go to Knockout. I told Justin. I was like, well, I'm going.
I was going to say, just plan on going, and you can just sit in the gulp. We'll find you a ticket. Don't you worry.
I'll break myself in.
Susan Stoker will like smuggle you in the door.
Anna Hackett is there, and I don't know what to do because she's so great.
Oh my God. We might end up with restraining orders. I think the dudes that are driving in with us, like Jeremy and Mike, might need bail money for Heather.
Well, I think I would have to bring Justin,
Well, there you go. Whatever. He can hang with the other guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's just kind of our bookish check-in. That's our wish list for signings. I'm sure there's more.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we need
For
them
sure.
all. Like Carrie Ann Ryan, the sweetest, but I've
Oh
gotten
yeah,
to meet
yeah,
her.
Love
yeah.
her.
So,
I do get to meet her in Charleston too. I'm excited about that.
yeah.
Mm.
Okay, so guess what time it is, guys? It's that
Fuck.
time for Book of the
Oh,
Week.
wee.
Book of the Week time. Heather, what's your book of the week?
You got to come back to me. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Amanda, what's your book of the week?
Okay. So like I said, I haven't really been reading a lot this week, but I did actually get a book from NetGalley that I don't remember signing up for, but
Was
I'm
it
sure I
one
did
that
it.
was it one that maybe a certain friend might have accidentally sent to your Kindle?
No, not yet. I'm sure I'll read that one. But
Okay.
no, there was one I know I signed up for it, but I think it was like late and I signed up for it because the cover was cute and it's set in Scotland and it's called Kilt Trip by Alexander Kiley. It's a debut novel and I'm still very early into it, but it's freaking adorable. It's set in Edinburgh. The main character, Logan, he owns a tour company with his father and they give tours and his dad kind of goes behind his back and hires someone to come in and kind of revamp it to up their sales or whatever. And
Mm.
so Addie comes in and she and Logan, they have like a little bit of a meet cute where she's like a little deception. She doesn't tell him who she is and it's like they're out. I mean, it's in Scotland. I love Scotland. It's like my favorite place. So I'm still very early into it, but I really like it so
Really
far.
like it.
So
Okay.
that's it.
I'll do mine
Nice.
and then we'll go to Heather. Like I
Okay.
said earlier, Lindsay and I have been reading The Improbable Meet Cute novellas. We're going to do a quick shot on them. And these are all Valentine's Day themed. And my favorite so far, I've read 4 of the 5. My favorite so far is Rosie and the Dreamboat by Sally Thorne. So the
Mm.
premise of this book is the heroine is taking her sister to a spa on Valentine's Day to celebrate her sister's promotion, but she picked Valentine's Day because the couple package for Valentine's Day was cheaper than it would have been any other day. Okay? So, and they
Awesome.
both have the same last name, so the lady at the spa thinks they're married. So funny. But she goes into one of those float chambers, the pods.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, the sensory
yeah.
deprivation things.
Yeah. And she gets stuck. So we're talking forced proximity by herself in the float chamber. And her rescuer is a fireman. His name is Leo
Oh.
Husband. And
Amazing.
this is a listen and read free with Kindle Unlimited, and it was less than an hour, but it was the most delightful hour. But then I get on my so I was Lindsay and I were texting back and forth about it, and I'm like, I had thought about doing one of those float chamber like things. I thought that would be really fun, and then I read this, and it's never happening. Um, then I go on the Facebook. There's an ad for the place in
Of course.
Perrysburg. I'm like, great. Now it's trolling me. Um, but
That's a hard pass.
the book was so cute. These books, you guys, Jasmine Gilroy's takes place. He owns the bakery in her neighborhood, and she thinks he hates her. And then there's an earthquake on Valentine's Day.
Oh,
Interesting.
Anyway, they're
these sound
just
really cute.
so cute. And it's fun to read something that's Valentine's Day. They're all They're not all. Most of them are single narration. Some are dual point of view, but most are a single point of view. So just so you know, I think Christina Lauren's was dual, and the second one was also Abby Jimenez does one, and hers is dual. Hers is super cute, but a little sad and a little weepy, but it was really well done. But I think Abby likes to make you cry as best as she can, and so
She
yes,
does.
but it's 5 books, all read and listen with Kindle Unlimited. They're called The Improbable Meet Cutes. So, cannot recommend them enough.
All right,
Um,
I have my book.
you have your book? What's your book?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure it's out yet, so I'm really sorry, but
That's okay.
Emmy Sanders is one of my favorite authors. She her debut novel was one of my top reads ever, Full Hearts. She has one, it's called To Catch a Firefly. It is a friends to lovers, small town. and it is so beautifully written. The emotion, it just totally tugs at your heartstrings. I did a little bit of beta reading for her on some things, and she sent it to me. Like all of a sudden it stopped, and she's like, "Well, this is all the further I am." I'm like, "Oh my God, no." I was just so engrossed in these two characters, and the cover is absolutely gorgeous. So it's called To Catch a Firefly by Emmy Sanders.
Okay.
Oh, mine is not out yet either. Sorry, it doesn't come out till March.
That's okay. It's fine. I'll still put them up as our books of the week. I think they're great. Okay, so new segment time. You guess the book? Each week we will share a quote from a recent or popular Buzzing About Romance read. You have a chance to email us your guess at quote@buzzingaboutromance.com, and we will announce the correct guess on the next week's show. Last week's quote was, "For me, she existed in a place without rules or reasons because without her, nothing else mattered." That was a direct quote from Corrupted Union by Jill Ramsauer, which was one of our book club picks. So, and nobody guessed it. That's okay. This week's quote, "Baby, I don't know how to be any cleaner. Every second spent with you is my favorite. Stop trying to put yourself last when you're number one for me." Amanda, are you trying to figure it out?
Yeah. Do I know it?
You all, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
My brain is mush.
You know it. It'll be on the website. I will have the quote up there in the on the shelf show notes on Sunday. So you can look at it, stalk it, and see if you can figure it out, and then email me. So next up, Patreon update. I'm just jazzing things up over here, right?
You're very jazz handsy.
Gretchen needs a hint. Okay, so exciting news. This week, we're thrilled to announce that the swag packs are on their way. As the proud sponsor of our Fancy Drinks Cold Brew and Queen Bee tier, you will be receiving these exclusive goodies in your mailbox this week. Swag packs are filled with romance exclusive stickers, reading cards, and other delightful items, and are dispatched monthly after the 10th of each month. It's worth mentioning that we happily ship these internationally. Please note that this pack is a monthly mailing, and if you happen to join Patreon after the 10th, your first swag pack will be sent the following month. As a member of our Patreon community, not only do you receive these fantastic swag packs, but also gain access to exclusive episodes and other perks such as participation in Buzzing Book Club. Stay updated on all of our events by checking out our calendar at bookcaseandcoffee.com/event. We have a variety of exciting gatherings, including happy hours, IG Lives, and book club, waiting for you to join in on the fun. So, thank you all for joining me. Sorry about that. Thank you all for joining me for this episode. And just chatting books with me.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Indulge in the captivating story in Unfinished Memory, the third installment in the Oil Night series. Immerse yourself in a small-town setting where love gets a second chance, entwined with the allure of a man in uniform and a hint of secrecy. As one reader, Leah, describes it, this book delivers some of the most irresistible sexual tension in recent memory. This book is available February 15th with Kindle Unlimited. Anyway. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Until next time, everybody, happy reading.
Bye. Bye.